So, what is ISO certification? Well, let's start by answering the question, what is ISO? ISO is an organization composed of over 164 member countries that creates voluntary international standards. Voluntary means that these are not regulations enforced by law. These are merely standards or guides, best practices, if you will, that would allow greater coordination, uniformity, and trade among the nations. Where do these standards get their authority? Well, these standards are compiled by technical committees composed of professionals from around the world, and a lot of them make quite a bit of sense and have gained incredible international following. ISO has more than 20,000 standards. You can peruse a list of them, all on ISO's online catalog. Some of the standards that stood out to me as I reviewed this list were standards for the production of screw threads, gears, tire rims, and surgical instruments. Think about what it means for international trade when screws, gears, rims, and surgical instruments from around the world are made to the same ISO specifications. Are any of you photographers? Maybe you have heard of the ISO setting on a camera. This term originated in the fact that ISO has standards for how to measure the light sensitivity of film and digital sensors. ISO has published management system standards as well. These are standards that an organization can follow to implement and maintain an effective management system. For example, a quality management system to ensure the production of quality products, or a health and safety management system to ensure the health and safety of employees. The ISO management system standards have also gained a significant reputation across the globe. Here are a few of those standards. ISO 9001, Quality Management Systems. This is the most popular standard ever published by ISO. ISO 13485, Medical Devices, Quality Management Systems. ISO 27001, Information Security Management Systems. ISO 45001, Occupational Health and Safety Management Systems. ISO 14001, Environmental Management Systems. ISO 22000, Food Safety Management Systems. ISO 17025, Competence of Testing and Calibration Laboratories. This is not a comprehensive list, but it gives you an idea. An organization may achieve certification to a management system standard. So what is ISO certification? Well, ISO itself does not issue certifications. ISO just publishes the standards. If you want to become certified, you must seek out what is called a certification body, also known as a registrar, or a certification auditor, or a conformity assessment body. Yes, these terms all refer to the same thing. They refer to an entity that visits your organization to assess your compliance to a standard, and then issues you a certificate if you are found to be compliant. Technically speaking, anybody can be a certification body, so long as they are willing to audit you and issue you a certificate of compliance. However, usually you don't want just anybody to perform this audit. You want an accredited certification body. An accredited certification body is a member of an accreditation scheme that verifies that the body is competent to assess your compliance to the standard. This gives your certification body, your certificate, much more credibility. When you become certified, you earn rights to use certain marks on your products or marketing materials to indicate that you are certified. Here is an example. The mark will usually include the mark of the certification body, and if they are accredited, the mark of the accreditation body as well. These marks come with certain rules on how you can use them. Your certification body will provide you with those rules. An alternative to certification is to simply bring yourself into compliance and then claim compliance to the standard. The downside of this approach is that you are asking others to simply take your word for it, or forcing them to come verify your compliance for themselves. Often they would much rather rely on a certification. So to review, when ISO publishes a relevant standard, your organization may decide that it wants to get certified to that standard. If you are not already compliant, you will need to launch an implementation project to bring yourself into compliance. You may consider bringing a consultant in to help implement the system and prepare you for that first certification audit. When you are fully implemented and ready for the audit, you pay a certification body to visit your site and assess whether you are compliant. If you are compliant, then the certification body will issue a certificate and give you permission to use its marks. You will likely want to choose a certification body that is accredited to give your certification more credibility.